When you think of modern chicken farming, what comes to mind? For many, it's a picture of crowded factory farms, where chickens are crammed into tiny cages, each one no larger than a single A4 sheet of paper. It's a stark reality in many industrialized regions. According to the Food and Agriculture Organization, in 2023, a staggering 48.6 billion chickens were raised globally, many of which are kept under harsh conditions designed to maximize egg production, sometimes forcing hens to lay up to 400 eggs per year. These conditions are not only inhumane but have long raised concerns about animal welfare and sustainability. Yet, in certain parts of the world, a different, more natural approach to farming is being practiced, a method that highlights the potential of free-range practices for both chickens and other livestock. In the mountainous regions of China's Yanshan and Guangdong provinces, for example, a unique and sustainable method of raising chickens has been thriving for generations. The chickens in these areas roam freely on the hillsides, living in harmony with nature. This model may seem like a utopian fantasy to those used to factory farming, but it's a real and growing practice that offers a stark contrast to the industrialized approach to poultry farming. In this video, we'll take a closer look at how these free-range chicken farms operate, the benefits they provide, and how they contribute to the sustainability of the farming industry in China. The free-range chicken farming model in China. Yanshan chickens, one of the prized breeds raised in this region, are easily recognizable by their muscular build and distinctive plumage, which showcases a mix of 3 shades of yellow. This breed is renowned as one of the 8 finest breeds in the Dong region of China. Yanshan chickens, thanks to their natural diet of organic corn, typically reach maturity after 4 to 5 months of roaming freely in the hills, weighing between 2.5 to 3 kilograms when fully grown. These chickens are far from the image of factory-farmed poultry. Instead, they live a life that promotes their physical and mental well-being, spending most of their days outdoors in the sun, foraging for food in a natural environment. These chickens are part of a broader range of breeds that thrive in the altitudes of 800 to 1,500 meters above sea level. In stark contrast to their caged counterparts, the free-range chickens in these regions are able to live and grow in an environment that fosters natural behaviors. They spend their days roaming the open hills, basking in the sunlight, and foraging for insects, plants, and grasses. The freedom they enjoy allows for a healthier, happier life, one that promotes robust physical health and reduces the stress that factory-farmed chickens often endure. However, free-range chickens, as wonderful as their lives may be, don't produce as many eggs as their industrially farmed counterparts. While factory chickens may lay up to 300 eggs a year, free-range chickens typically produce only about 100 to 120 eggs annually. Their eggs are smaller, usually weighing around 40 to 45 grams, but they are richer in nutrients. These eggs contain higher levels of omega-3 fatty acids, vitamins, and minerals, and are considered tastier by many consumers. The more active lifestyle of these chickens also results in meat that is firmer, with a distinct, flavorful taste that turns bright yellow when cooked. The journey of raising free-range chickens. Raising free-range chickens begins with high-quality eggs from reputable hatcheries or breeding farms. In large-scale hatching operations like those in Mingyue County, Heilong Province, China, up to 400,000 chicks are hatched annually. Just 5 years ago, the hatchery was only hatching 70,000 chicks, illustrating the rapid growth of demand for these naturally raised chickens. Once the chicks hatch, after approximately 21 days in incubators set at 99.5 degrees Fahrenheit with humidity levels between 55 and 70%, they are transferred to specially designed pens for their early development. These pens are located in well-ventilated areas and are lined with disinfected straw or chaff to maintain warmth and provide insulation. The pens, typically measuring 3 square meters, can house up to 100 chicks for the first 2 to 3 weeks of life. Since chicks are still unable to regulate their body temperature at this stage, continuous lighting is provided to help them stay warm enough to feed and drink. As the chicks grow stronger, they begin to be introduced to their natural diet, including organic greens and forage, preparing them for their future life on the hills. On favorable days, the chicks are released onto the hills early in the morning, where they can roam freely throughout the day. Farmers often follow their chickens, using live streaming to build an online customer base and promote sales. The hills on which these chickens roam are dotted with trees that provide ample shade and offer opportunities for the birds to perch, play, and even hunt for insects. During the summer months, the chickens often find enough food on their own, foraging for grasshoppers and other insects, reducing the need for additional feeding. In fact, some farmers have become quite creative in encouraging their chickens to exercise more by feeding them behind moving vehicles, stimulating them to run and forage. The benefits of free-range farming. Studies have shown that free-range chickens experience 57% to 70% less pain and suffering compared to their cage counterparts. This more humane approach to farming is gaining traction worldwide, and the European Union is taking significant steps toward banning the use of all cages in poultry farming by 2027. The EU's decision aims to reduce animal suffering and promote more ethical farming practices. In rural areas of northern China, for example, over 50,000 chickens roam freely across 200 hectares of hills. Here, chickens lay their eggs in simple, rustic nests made from bamboo, wood, or leaves. These nests are designed to mimic the natural environment of the mountains, allowing the chickens to feel comfortable and secure while laying their eggs. Farmers diligently check the nests twice a day to collect eggs, ensuring that they don't miss any. In some cases, chickens may choose to lay their eggs under trees or on the ground, making the task of collecting eggs a more hands-on process. Despite the high numbers of chickens in these operations, the labor involved in free-range farming remains intensive. Farmers in areas with 7,000 chickens can yield up to 9,400 eggs daily. The eggs are inspected and sorted with care to preserve the natural protective layer on the eggshell. After a light cleaning, the eggs are packed into cardboard or plastic trays and transported to local markets or pre-ordered customers. The process of egg collection and distribution. Large-scale free-range egg producers often have on-site packing facilities that can process up to 74,000 eggs daily, gathering eggs from nearby farms to meet the growing demand. These fresh, high-quality eggs are sold at premium prices, typically ranging from $3 to $4 per dozen. This is in stark contrast to factory-farmed eggs, which may only cost $1.25 to $2 per dozen. During harsh weather conditions, such as extreme heat or cold, the chickens are brought indoors to ensure their well-being. In these barns, the chickens still have enough room to move around, stretch their legs, perch on platforms, and interact with each other. The barns are designed to maintain a comfortable environment, ensuring that the chickens can rest and stay healthy. Free-range farming and predator control. While free-range farming provides many benefits, it also introduces the challenge of protecting chickens from natural predators. In some cases, animals like hawks and foxes may pose a threat to the chickens. To minimize the risk of predation, farmers carefully manage their surroundings, removing bushes and potential hiding spots for predators. They also build sturdy fences and regularly inspect the area for signs of predator activity. If a predator is caught, it is either sold or consumed. Chickens raised on free-range farms typically weigh between 1.8 and 2.4 kilograms, making them lighter than their caged counterparts. However, these chickens tend to have more muscle mass and less fat, resulting in a healthier, leaner bird. Harvesting and processing free-range chickens. When it's time for slaughter, the chickens are selectively caught from the hills and transported to the local slaughterhouse. These operations are carefully designed to minimize stress on the birds, with facilities capable of processing up to 15,000 chickens per hour. The chickens are stunned either with gas or electrified water baths, rendering them unconscious before they are bled and processed. The chickens then pass through a hot water bath, which loosens their feathers and prepares them for the automated feather removal process. The legs and internal organs are removed and packaged separately, and the carcasses undergo multiple washing stages to ensure thorough cleaning and sanitation. The final product is either sold whole or cut into various parts, packaged, and distributed to markets across the country. Conclusion. The rise of free-range chicken farming in China is just one example of how farming practices can evolve to promote sustainability and animal welfare. As consumers become more aware of the benefits of free-range products, the demand for naturally raised, ethically produced eggs and meat is on the rise. Whether it's chickens roaming freely in the hills of China or goats grazing sustainably in the US, the future of farming lies in practices that prioritize both animal welfare and environmental sustainability. If you're passionate about supporting ethical farming practices and want to enjoy the benefits of healthier, more flavorful food, consider choosing free-range eggs and meats. By supporting farms that prioritize the well-being of animals and the environment, you can help foster a more sustainable and humane food system for future generations. If you enjoyed this video and want to learn more about sustainable farming practices, be sure to like, subscribe,